Hello, VOD viewers. Please skip 5 minutes ahead to hear me talk. Or don't.
Hello? We're rolling? Hey! Welcome to the mixtape.
Hey everyone, just kidding, next song. Bobbing. Hi. In my free time, I made a new stream start screen, so I'm a professional now. Come on. Also, there's some new emotes for like the 6 of you that care. There's a Bommy doing the orange justice and one with a gun, and that's about it. I'll save my blatant persona pushing for later. But I said I'd stream at 7 on Friday. It's 7 on Friday. There's a lot of movement FPS demos that I haven't talked about in a video, that I haven't played, and some that have come out since then. So I thought, why not just sit down for an evening and play some of them live, because I'm going to play them either way, see if they're good. And if I'm feeling it, in like 2 hours or so, I may go try Naraka Blade Point, which is, don't get mad, a battle royale, but it's pretty mobile. You have a grappling hook and a sword. It seemed like it would be fun. And I thought maybe it would be a good change of pace from the movement shooters. Go from a fast game to an equally fast game. So, maybe some of that later. But if you're just here for FPS games, I don't blame you. There's a couple of them. Nothing... I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my mind will be blown. But I'm just expecting a couple of fun little Doom-esque demos. So, that's today. Hope everyone's good. I have a little fan next to my mic. I don't usually have one, so if you hear background noise, that's why. But, yeah. And guess I'll just start playing them video games, huh? So, number 1 of the night. Cultic, which is supposed to have music in the menu, but I've been sitting idle for so long it stopped playing. Yeah, so these are demos, so they'll probably take like at most an hour to beat, maybe like 30 minutes, we'll see. Casual, standard, very hard. I don't know, which one should I pick? Well, this is an in the hood moment. You know what they say, why make new jokes when you can just recycle ones you made 6 years ago? Cardinal rule of comedy. Funk, what's your opinion that Rivers Cuomo is potentially a neo-Nazi? Not the way I thought this stream would start. Yeah, so there was like a I don't know what year, 2006 Weezer concert, where out of nowhere, for seemingly no reason, Rivers Cuomo yells, "Heil Hitler, motherfucker." I think he said motherfucker. He definitely said Heil Hitler. It is on recording. And this is real. This is a real thing. Every Weezer fan kind of just doesn't talk about it. Because no one... I mean, knowing Rivers, he's a Buddhist. He doesn't do drugs anymore. He used to do drugs. He's got 2 kids. I don't think he's a neo-Nazi. I don't think he meant it. I think he was going through... Because this was like post-Pinkerton, right? Pre-Green, or like around Green. Rivers Cuomo is the singer of Weezer, for those who don't know. I don't think he literally is Sieg hailing. I hope he wasn't. I'm not going to give him benefit of the doubt if it's true that that was the meaning. I'm pretty sure he was just trying to be edgy in like a cringe sort of old man way. I saw a comment on that video claiming he saw like a Buddhist symbol, which for those who don't know, the Buddhist symbol is a flipped... What's it called? The Nazi symbol, a swastika. It was originally a Buddhist symbol, but it got appropriated by a fascist regime and ruined the meaning of it. It was supposed to mean, like, peace and hope and prosperity, and then it stopped meaning those things. Anyways, I think Rivers Cuomo saw one of those, and as a bit, he said that. And I gotta say, the bit did not age well. And again, I'm hoping it was a bit. Because otherwise... I feel like branding part of my identity as Weezer was a major mistake. It's only happened once. And he was probably drunk on stage when he said it, if I had to guess. Let me know if the audio level's okay, or if these screeches outweigh my voice. Not that it's possible, because my vocal tone has so much levy to it. It's not goof. That doesn't help me. Also, thanks for the subs. I saw a couple Prime fly by, including Fish Kid. So, again, I won't keep bringing it up, because I just streamed to talk and have fun, but I said at every 50 sub goal, I would turn on TTS, so if it gets to 300 at any point, then I will turn it on. And that concludes the begging. I don't know very much about this game. I know it's more on the Doom side of FPS, so don't expect a grappling hook. Let me know the audio's okay. I still haven't gotten an unironic answer. Yoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! When did it happen? It was like early 2000s. Would you believe me if I told you that I haven't been listening to Weezer, though, like this last few weeks? I've been dumpster diving through Bandcamp for just fun little bands to listen to. What I like to do is I just find a random person on Bandcamp and I look through all their saved albums and just see if anything sticks with me. Found a couple pretty cool ones. Snarky Puppy. It's like a garage. I don't know what they are. Just rocky, poppy, jazzy band. My favorite band I've listened to recently is Sid Arthur. It's like, I'm not gonna call it FMJ, but it's really fucking great jazz rock. And way more underrated than a lot of the bands I usually talk about. They got like 30,000 views on their album. So I would recommend Sid Arthur to anyone that digs jazzy rock harmonies. I'd prefer to not run out ahead of the map without a weapon. So I'm gonna go look for a gun. Or a wrench or something. What happened to De La Soul? No. Something happened to De La Soul? Have I heard of noise music? I mean, I do love Jesus Christ. Yes, I do. Even on the lazy days. Yeah, I know some death grips. It doesn't always ring with me. I'm on board with the meme. You know what? It's my first playthrough. I'm playing a demo. I got like 3 other demos to play. I have an idea. As soon as the game reloads. As soon as I close and reopen the game because the demo broke. You mean Sid Arthur? Yeah, that's what I said. What's my favorite from them? On and On. Sid Arthur's On and On album is my favorite from theirs, but I think there's like 2 more I haven't listened to. Okay, I guess I'm going standard. Did you hear what happened to Imagine Dragons? Did they break out of the chalk zone and become real dragons? Unimagined dragons? They're just called the geckos now. It's an insult that you would even wonder if I know what's going on with Imagine Dragons. Like, I know I sound like my nose is blocked at all times, but I can still taste. I still have taste. Seen it. I'm back to the start, but it doesn't matter because I was within 20 seconds of it to begin with. If I get bored at any point, I'm not going to worry about finishing the demo. I got a couple other games I wanted to try and play. This is very FPS protagonist of me, to just barge into someone else's house and beat the ever-loving fuck out of them with my bare hands. I love how there's a gun in the main room. And I just walked past it the first time I came in here. This should be easier. I like the art style. Surprises me, not that this game is it, but it surprised me there aren't more 2D sprites in a 3D environment game. I've been playing Here Comes Nico, which is like a hat-in-time platformer. It's cute, it's fun. Not quite as fleshed out as most 3D platformers, but it does a gimmick where the character is a 2D sprite and the environments are 3D, and it's a pretty cool effect. How tall is Funk? How tall do I sound? If you had to guess. Paper Mario? Yeah. So for the record, I'm 5'9" and 3/4, which rounded up is 5'10". But, and here's a big but. You guys got to factor for. I went to a foot doctor last year, and they told me the tendons in the back of my ankle are abnormally short, which is why when I'm barefoot I walk on my tippy toes. They told me that it would be of health benefits for me to get I don't know what they're called. You put them in your shoe and they turn them into high heels. So it adds like 3 inches to your vertical. And a doctor inserts. A doctor told me that inserts are of a health necessity. So before you say, haha, he's wearing platformers, it's necessary for my undeveloped cankles. That's not a very far throw. I'm not gonna show you my cankle. Wedges. I mean, there's multiple names for them. The point is, effectively, when I wear shoes, I'm about 6 foot. Well, 5'12". Don't correct me. You know, for a video game, there's not enough random ammo boxes strewn about. Not for my taste, at least. Strong light, still on. Ow! 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 Hot! Fire! Fire! Yeah, I got no ammo. I got no nothing. Damn. Getting dusk vibes from this atmosphere. Game remind me of game. Smiley. Oh. Boom. What's your best impression? Hey, Mr. White! Hop on Roblox! Mr. White! Yo, bitch! There's a Sonic mod on Roblox! You gotta get on! I'm playing as Knuckles.
Jesse! Jesse, I want to play Knuckles.
No way, Mr. White. I thought that one was pretty good. Hold on. My mouse keeps DCing. That's the sound my penis makes when it gets hard. Why do I talk? It wasn't even funny. One bullet, 20 bullets. 20 bullets. It's a wireless mouse. My old one just died. I had a Logitech Pro, and it did me well for like 2 years straight, but out of nowhere, it died on me. And when I went to the store, I just wanted another Logitech Pro, but they only had a wireless one. And I wasn't sure about getting it, because I hear wireless mouse have like lower latency and stuff, but I looked up a Linus Sex Tips video, and he said that it was about the same. So I bought it, and he fucking lied to me. And this wireless mouse disconnects all the time when I'm playing games. It comes with a wire, though, so like I can circumvent the problem. But I mean, it's a good mouse. It's got 2 side buttons. That's all I need. I can't imagine someone who uses one of those mice with like the 10 extra buttons on the side. Like, you're not even a human. You're just... what are those things from Full Metal Alchemist? You're just a homunculus. Like, there's something in your DNA. Like, you're a tarantula person. If you can use 10 extra buttons on your mice. The environments in this game are really cool. Like, I was worried it'd be a bit samey and derivative, but they got their own thing going here. That was my last bullet, too. Oh, boy. And since I couldn't pick this game's name on Twitch, for anyone curious, the name of it's Cultic on Steam. Real niche. It was a lot like Blood. I never played Blood. I mean, I am Blood, but I've never played Blood. I'm like 70% Blood. Or is that water? I forgot to even light it up. Bitch. Well, if it's a lot like Blood, I guess I'll play that. Soon. I was just looking through the new stuff on Steam and saw this, so. We conserve ammo here. Get shot. I never played the prototype game, so no opinion. I've been wanting to step out of my normal comfort zone of just like FPS games and MOBAs, but I don't know what genres have popped out for me recently. Like I'm not in the mood to pick up a JRPG right now. So here I am, just playing another first-person game with a gun. Sly Cooper. I've not played Sly Cooper, actually. You again. Yeah, that'd be fun. Destiny 2. No. No. I haven't played Hylix. I saw Shammy talked about the second one in a video. That's all I know about it. It's like a avant-garde RPG. I did buy Strive recently. In my free time, I've been trying to learn how to play fighting games. Before it came out, I really wanted to be a Faust main, a Dr. Fausty. Faust. He's a dude with a paper bag on his head, and he's got like a giant scalpel. He's just a wacky, zany fighter. I liked playing... What was her name? Anchor Girl May in the previous Guilty Gear. But she's a big meme in Strive because she's got a spammable dolphin, and I don't want to be that guy. So, I'm not playing her. I played like 2 hours of Post Void, and it just didn't really stick with me. I've heard it recommended a lot as a fast FPS game, but I don't know. Just made me want to go play like Dead Space instead. What would you like to play? Someone that's long-ranged. Because I suck ass with short-range kits. Yeah, Axel with his little swingy scythes, he seemed like a good option. I don't have everyone. I know there's some giant dude with a coffin. He swings around a coffin, and someone modded him to be the heavy weapons guy. I want to try that. But I don't have the character yet. The game is called... I almost said Citrus. What was it called? Cultic. Where did I get Citrus from? Lemon. Alright, just gonna do some inventory management here. Make sure everything's reloaded. A hangman on the floor. Now I've seen everything. What's the funniest piece of Weezer trivia I know? It's a good question. I mean, what do I look like? A Weezer encyclopedia? Oh yeah, here's some wacky trivia about Weezer. They're bad. Ain't that just zany? In my younger days, I could have easily peddled one off, but now I gotta really think. Like, it would... Oh. Like, I have random trivia, like, Do You Wanna Get High, that was on the White Album. It sounds like a Pinkerton song, but it was actually made in, like, the year 2000. It was, like, Green Era. But that's not weird. I'm trying to think of weird trivia. Yeah, so Rivers Cuomo used to invite people backstage and ask them to jump in a big red rubber ball with him. And one person said they didn't want to, and he started screaming at them to get the fuck out. I should probably clarify, that's not true. I don't think that's true. That was like a running gag. Someone posted on 4chan that they went to a Weezer concert and they got invited backstage, but Rivers, all he wanted to do was like jump on a trampoline and stand in a big red ball. Like he's an 8-year-old. Yeah, I don't know. If you want like trivia, back when the sweater song was going viral and they were making a music video for it, Rivers forbid the directors from having any actual sweaters in the music video. And they went through like 50 directors who kept wanting to integrate a sweater. And he kept saying, no, 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 no sweater! No sweater! And it eventually became that music video where they stand around in a blue room just singing the sweater song. I guess this is some weird trivia. On the set for that music video, one of the dogs shit on the drum pedal in between takes. So when they sat down to record, Pat almost just stepped in shit. That one's true. Here's another fun, wacky, zany fact. All the dogs that were in that video are now dead. It was like 20 years ago. Progression, progression. Wait, there was a key. I forgot to pick it up. I know what to do. Wait, didn't I? Yeah, I do have a key. I need a key? Well, I have some great news. I can't select the key. Just learned I can throw the axe. That's cool. It's supposed to have music, but it's just not playing. Enter. The enter button is for keys. That's weird. If I can get one Prime sub, I'll go grab my Pinkerton diaries and flip to a random page and read you the journal entry from Rivers Cuomo. 1 prime. Alright, hold on. Okay, Crystal, the guy who prime subbed, pick a number between 1 and 200. Why do I hear wind? 143? Alright. So... it's like a full journal entry, so I'll just give you the footnotes. At the top of the left page are the lyrics to a song called Sunshine, Oh Sunshine. Sunshine, oh sunshine, rain down on me. I've been a bad boy, so give your love to me. In every hour of every day, I want to do the things that you do and say, and every night as you fade, I feel the moon, the wicked way. And every time she run and hide, proper English, the day is dark, and in the dark I disobey. This is like reading a 14-year-old's slam poetry. And every time she run and hide, the day is cold, and in the cold I start to shake. And the rest is illegible. And below that is a journal entry called Wagner as a Realist. The label realist might at first seem ill-suited to a composer whose dramatic materials include gods, giant dwarfs, and water maidens, Valkyries, a wishing cap, and an enchanted sword. Was Rivers Cuomo in a D&D phase when he wrote this? What the fuck? He's just talking about operas and the French Revolution. So there you go. Did I write that? No. No, I did not write that. What do I look like? Buddy Holly? Alright, can we talk about something else besides Weezer now? I'm on board with that. Everyone say aye if you want to talk about something else besides Weezer. I see you, Max. Where's that fun old key? I need that fun key around here. Oh, I have one. Damn. I guess there's another door. All I gotta say about Titanfall 2 is deja vu. Unfortunately, there's no slide button in the water, so this is as fast as I can move. This is fun. I mean, I'm enjoying it. I'm having a little trouble finding where to go. And it's confusing, because it's like, you need a key. You have a key. The key doesn't work on the door. So then why did you give me a key if there's no other door with a key? What? Oh, I guess it just was unlocked. But the interaction button didn't open it. Why? Or maybe I did unlock it and just didn't realize I had to keep going. Cultic is the name of this game. I've not played Death's Door. I plan to. I don't know if I'd stream that, because that's like a full playthrough. But it looked fun. Like an isometric Dark Souls-y game. Anything with that's platforming with melee combat, I will buy, no question. Well, I'd hate to say I'm backtracking, but there are a bunch of locked doors in this facility, so... Or not. That made sense to me. Use a key on the door. Sure could use some bright red arrows right about now. Nah, I'm still on the first game of the night. And I mean, I'm liking it, but it's dragging out a bit. If I didn't keep running into where do I go segments, I'd probably be willing to finish it, but... if I can't find that door in the next 5 minutes, I might just skip ahead. One thing I miss, because my family moved a bit closer to Atlanta. We used to live further on the outskirts. I can't see the sky anymore. Because light pollution is so bad near the city, especially Atlanta, that you see like 5 stars in the sky and not a single cloud. There's some days where it's a little clear, and I'm not like super deep in the city, but I miss like being able to look up and see something like this. I don't even know where I came from at this point. Like, I'm trying to find my way back up that mountain. It's over here. Thank you for keeping me company while I play this game. Because I would have pulled my phone out by this point if I wasn't streaming. I see you, random viewer, on your phone. You're not fucking slick. You have 2 glowing rectangles in your face right now. Look at yourself. You fucking clown. Bet you got a TV on in the room next door, too. Better not fucking have TikTok open, melting your brain. You're overclocking that shit right now. So I did find 2 new doors that unlock, but they just led me, I think, back to where I was before. A little awkward. For real though, if you're watching a Twitch stream while scrolling through TikTok, please, just go walk your dog or something, you know? You're better than this. I'm not even gonna make fun of you. You're better than this. Like one or the other. Pick a lane, not both. God fucking damn it, mother... Trying to look. Yeah, I kind of agree with that, Rash. Old school doomy, quakey FPS games are a little overdone. I mean, admittedly, I like the formula. And it's not exactly bad for me to have a lot of these games to choose from as a content creator, but realistically, yeah, the low poly looks saturated, but it's saturated for a reason, because it's way more producible than a AAA art style. Like, I can't sit here and actually expect an indie dev to make something more than, you know, this. Like, low poly, pixely textures. Like, I think that's fair. It's like a compromise as a consumer. Like, I understand your limitation as a creator, so I won't account for that when I judge your game as much as I would for, like, a big dev. Barcode, I haven't heard from Sinister in a while. And I've been trying to talk to him. It seems like he's busy with his own life. I don't hold it against him. I'm trying to see if I can get access to FUNKe so I can upload them myself. But as it is right now, he's not active with it. Is playing a game while watching okay? I mean, as long as you're not, like, chameleoning it with too cross-eyed to watch both. Like, if you're playing a game and listening in, I think that's alright. It's kind of like just listening to a podcast at that point. But if you're playing a game and trying to, like, actively account for what's happening on my stream, I almost feel like the human brain was not designed for that much stimulus. I'm not saying it's bad, but it might be anyone that can, like, juggle that much, their dopamine receptor probably looks like a burnt marshmallow. Just gooey and crusty. Yeah, this game has some major where do I go syndrome. Like, I can't go this way. Nothing in this room. And this goes backwards. I'm gonna do one more circle, and if I find nothing, I think I'm just done. I don't think there's anything of worth up there. Yeah, I'm about done. All right, everyone, this was Citrus. Fun premise, map design's a little much. So I'm on the God. Cultic demo on Steam. If you want to play it, you know where to find it. But I'm done. Next demo. I know it looks bad. I know it looks like a mobile game, but hear me out.
Even at this moment, our fashionable city is under assault. Baggy pants, dull suits, sightings of socks with sandals.
This is also a demo on Steam, for those curious.
A message needs to be sent, and it needs to be sent in style.
Are you fucking kidding me? They use that frame? Alright, I'm sold. Officers 1373 got a 1031 fashion crime in progress. 135th and Queen, gray suit, male adult. That's Jizma. Suspect is 30 years of age, gray hair with all gray clothing, possible gray hat. 10-4 in pursuit. Hey partner, listen up. I'm on the scene. The streets over here are full of stressed out, bland, gray activity of corporate nature. I feel like she'd be more stern. You gotta bet your ass over here, ASAP. Roger that. I'm gonna clear Moneymaker Boulevard and head over there. Sit tight, over. Still looks like a mobile game, but they got me. I'm on board.
Vertical fee-based advisors. Are all your loans in order? Initiated.
You should have worn tan.
Thank you for your contribution.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I need to explain the premise of this one.
Let's go.
I mean, I'm learning in real time, but it's pretty straightforward. Let me know if the audio's okay.
B2B content. Elegant. Nice.
Swag. I haven't heard that word used in 6 years.
Initiated. Oh yeah. B2B consulted.
I wonder how painful it would be to take a t-shirt cannon at point-blank range. Dude, did you just pick up a cocktail from the ground and drink it? A mocktail. It was refreshing. Shesh! You must have a killer immune system. I'm wearing... I guess... I need to know if chat thinks I'm in drip right now. So I have some shorts where one leg is red and the other's blue. And I'm wearing a red shirt. I look like something out of an SFM OC universe of TF2 characters. That's what I look like right now. That's not drip? How many of you own two-toned shorts? I'm paving ground. We got another thick skull patch just around the corner. What in the funk is that? Freesh. That's cool. So I have to go to a scissors store. Or sewing store. And there is some movement in this game a bit further down. I don't think depleting a public fire hydrant is legal. Especially for a clothing ray. I'm just waiting for the belt. speaking of drip, been in talks with a merch producer. I've got a what are they called? A business meeting on Monday, talking about what kind of merch I can make. So, for those eagerly waiting, a little huggable, bomby beanbag plush. Making good headway. I don't know if I can make it huge, but a little like Bomby plush looks plausible right now. A cap. I don't know if I can promise a cap anytime soon. I did think about, it's been a while since I've made a TF2 hat. What if I made a little Bomby hat? But I'm trying to keep my personality from being more than just, look at my cute mascot. So, I don't know if I'm gonna make the TF2 hat.
What you gonna do? Out of my way. Where you going? Where you going? Out of my way.
You can't ride this on the sidewalk. They're banned in inner cities.
Out of my way. What you gonna do, huh? What you gonna do?
There was a lawsuit.
Where you going?
What you gonna do?
Out of my way. Where you going?
Back to the checkpoint, apparently. Yeah, I know. I figured out I need to beam. I was trying to come up with a clever joke, and it got in my... I couldn't even do that.
Bro, check it. Piece of this. Bro, check it. Well, yeah, okay, this works.
Okay.
You want a piece of this?
I've never actually rode one of those. What are they called? Scooters? When I was younger, my family had a four-wheeler. So I've driven a four-wheeler in my life. But I've never actually used an e-scooter.
Bro, check it.
I've seen a couple of them when I've like gone out for drinks. Usually under a pile of McDonald's garbage and vomit. But they're around.
Bro, check it. Nice.
Time to channel this passion for fashion into something useful. And slap some fashion sense into these fools. I'd be lying if I said this game didn't have some JoJo vibes. Just a wee bit. Just a wee bit. You're not even walking.
Whoa, bro.
Wait, what day is it? August 11th? Fuck! I just realized there was a convention like August 6th and I totally forgot to go to it. It's like a Comic-Con. It's the 13th? Oh yeah, it's Friday the 13th. Should have accounted for that before I streamed. Damn. Yeah, there was like a Comic-Con thing. And I'm vaccinated. I wanted to go to it. Damn. That was gonna be my fun thing for August. I gotta wait like another month to go to anything. So I'm guessing I gotta shoot more gaudily dressed scout mains. I just want to mention it out of nowhere. I think it was Open Fortress. It might have been one of those other ones. They tweeted that they're implementing first-person taunts into the game. Which, I don't want to say you're welcome, but, you know, you're welcome. It's like you can, like, you can, like, thumbs up and point in the game now, basically. Which was something I mentioned, like, years ago in a video. This is me when I'm drunk as shit walking through Canada. Like, this is pretty much what it looks like. I don't live in Canada, but I visit it and get shit-faced. By painting those ads. I'm having trouble. Okay, let's shoot it. I've gone to Montreal, which was pretty fun. A lot of little parks to walk through. And I definitely didn't go to Montreal just because I like the band of Montreal. That's not what happened. And I definitely didn't listen to Of Montreal while walking through Montreal. It's an ill fit. Pull out the tailor-made. You want me to shoot him with a nail gun? This doesn't sound like fashion. This sounds like assault. But admittedly, that's pretty fucking clever for a game mechanic.
That's a crime I'll never commit.
Thanks, Biome. Why are 3 businessmen hanging out in a back alley? Sounds like a start to a punchline I don't want to hear. I know what the businessmen are doing. Business casual. Blowjobs. Thank you.
Thank you. Out of my way. Where you going? Ready to go. Soaring.
Shoulder pads are out of season. Say what you want. This game's coming up with a lot of unique mechanics for itself. Almost feels like a Postal game. Presentation-wise, not so much gameplay. Later, Bean Boy. Oh, and thanks for the prime. The patron responsible for the surge in fashion crime is closer to you than you think. Are you behind this grayness?
I am not the one you seek. If you want me to talk, you're gonna have to meet me face to face.
This seems pretty shady. I'm not sure we can trust him. This guy sounds legit. Where do we meet?
Find me where the fog rises.
Let's just keep going, Des. There's another batch of bad fashion up ahead.
Thank you for your contribution. Bro, shots. Yes. Let's go. Marvelous. Let's go.
Veins. Yo, it's my initials. Tony Dillpickle. Going around reading all the signs. Might as well, right?
It was a cold, dark day here in Tripland. Hello. I go by the name Deep Coat. My friends call me Deep Coat. My mother calls me DC, and my brother never calls me. In fact, that piece of saggy pants wearing piece of... I've said too much. They might be listening. Anyways, I might have some information that could be of use to you and your friend Suzanne. Suzanne? Susan? Your fashion police squad partner?
Oh, you mean Officer Haley? Yes, of course. I was testing you. Yes, you're not a spy. Congrats, you passed the test. Make sure you're not being followed and meet me in the side alley. Okay. Alright, I think I have to be invested in this story. I can't just plow through the options. Now he's gray. Oh. That's clearly enough evidence for us to pay him a visit.
Indeed. Now to further reinforce the fact that I am a totally reliable good guy with no hidden motives, I left you security access snips at the end of this alley so you can move past the red ribbon until we meet again, officer.
Red ribbon. I'm curious, how many people here have seen Dragon Ball? I'll start with that. Dragon Ball Z and or Super. One, yes. Really, only one. Wow. I thought you guys were bigger weebs. Well, my next question was, how many of you know who the Red Ribbon Army is? And you can't just say Dr. Giro, right? And the fat clown. Do you know what the Red Ribbon Army actually is in Dragon Ball Z? If you do, you're a Sigma male. You're a Doug Walker. If you don't know what the Red Ribbon Army really is, it tells me a lot about you without saying anything. The androids, right? Everyone laugh at the bluster in my chat. Omegalol. The androids, he says. They say. No. No, they're more than the androids. So the reason I ask is because a lot of people that have watched Dragon Ball Z never saw the original Dragon Ball. Come on, what the fuck are you doing? So in the original Dragon Ball, there's a thing called the Red Ribbon Army. There's a bunch of... It was just like a bad group of fellas that Goku ran into and destroyed their base. I don't even remember why he did it. But like kid baby Goku dismantled an entire army because he was trying to get like his cloud or pole back or some shit. Oh yeah, they had a Dragon Ball, right? Yeah, he was just destroying their base. Anyways, there was this entire army. It was like a nefarious evil organization. But they had one Dragon Ball. So baby Goku comes in and kills a bunch of people. And then like 20 years later, Dr. Gero comes back with one of the strongest enemies in the entire universe. Really weird butterfly effect.
Thank you, kind stranger.
Damn, it's hard to remember what weapons to use. Yeah, whip it good. I know. The original Dragon Ball's good. It didn't totally age well. There's a lot of sexualizing of like a 15-year-old Bulma. That didn't age too well. Also, yeah, kind of racist. So, really for the best, people don't talk about it. Or at least don't. It's not popular, rather. But it was also written in the 80s. It doesn't make it okay, but it does tell you why it's that way. For a second, I was gonna say JoJo was written in the 80s, and it wasn't, but then I remembered Smokey. No, and no, Araki was pretty fucking bad, too. What happened to Smokey? I mean, it wasn't like outwardly racist, but I don't know. Calling him Smokey and making him Joseph's sidekick. And having like racist cops in part 2, it just feels a little much. But yeah, he did become like the mayor of Georgia or something. So that's cool, I guess. It was really washed over. They were just like, yo, yeah, by the way, Smokey became a politician. They didn't really show it. I mean, yeah, Hugbees. I guess contextually, some racist cops starting shit with a black kid. Yeah, that's pretty tonally accurate for an 80s comic. I have no idea how this mechanic works. It seems to be like distance. I mean, technically, Avdol was the first crew. That's a spoiler. There's a cliche in part 3.
Thank you.
Technically, I mean, it's a technicality. Some other stuff happens, but I can't explain it. Like most of JoJo. I'm not a huge fan of this game's art style, but content-wise, it's pretty fun. It's cute. Debonair. Da-da-da. I'm slowly catching up on part 8. And goddamn, do I still not know what the fuck's happening. I'm at a part in part 8 where they're fighting over a plant. And that's all I'll say.
Thank you.
I don't think Araki is racist. He's just used some risque cliches in his work. And it seems like he doesn't totally know how to write non-Japanese or American characters. White American characters. Oh no, I know the plants are important. The context of what's happening around it is so bizarre. Which I didn't expect from JoJo. Enter Baus Inc. Baus Inc. Damn, it's still going. That's cool.
My throat is clear.
What? What? How do I feel about Joshu? Someone tweeted at me once that they imagine my voice when they see Josu talk, and that made me mad. I wanted to hit something.
Yeah, that's not for me, dog.
Well, 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 if it isn't the FPS come to arrest me.
Hello, Mr. Baus. We would just like to ask you a couple questions if you don't mind.
No time. Gotta work, work, work. Business is business.
Something's off about him. He's looking awfully gray. Is everything all right, Mr. Baus? You caught a cold or something?
Gold? You want gold? Bribes, is it? I can give you gold. Use all the gold you want, catch.
Nice place. This looks identical to Saxton Hale's office. And him being that big throwing gold at me is not helping the comparison. Like, I was trying not to make it, but it's weirdly uncanny. Bit loud, isn't it? What the fuck is this noise? I can tell a lot of thought went into this game. Wait, Hugo Boss, isn't that like a brand of clothing? Or is that a cologne?
You there. Any room for growth? Are all your loans in order?
I only know that from a Hollywood Undead song. Roll into the club with that Hugo Boss on. VTubers are the Hannah Montana of streaming. There, I said it. I don't know why I said it, but I said it. Because it's a stage persona. Like, there's the real person, and then there's the celebrity. Let's head back to the precinct to see you walk that walk. I like how he lost 20 pounds and gained 10 of muscle just by getting shot a lot. Governor. And that was Fashion Police Squad. That's cute. I mean, I could see myself playing through that, I guess. Bit of a wonky art style. Maybe like if that's on the eShop. I was playing my Switch, I'd play it. It's cute. It's a cute game. Not totally movement based, but I expected that. So I got one more demo and technically another game, but I don't know if I want to play them all. I'd kind of prefer to go play Naraka, really, over these. Nothing's totally stood out to me yet. Nice. So, this is called Running Rogue. This one didn't seem super crazy to me, but it seemed like a movement shooter, or a movement parkour game, so I want to play it anyways. I might just play this one for like 15 minutes, depending on if it's worth it. There's a lot of these low-poly parkour games, and a lot of them tend to get samey. Wall run, punches. That said, I'm not doing much else. Grapple hoops? No. Haven't heard of it. Got that Unity asset art style. Funny ragdolls. Alright, it just made up for not having an FOV slider. It's like, it's a mathematical equation. Funny ragdolls is roughly even with an FOV slider in terms of importance. It's a movement shooter where your goal is to get through a stage with a grapple hook and dunk a basketball. I'm mad that I've never heard of that. Grapple hoop. I'll have to remember that. This is what I do instead of getting an education. I just play video games where you jump and punch. It's paying off so far. Also, the screen is super shaky. And I can't do shit about it either. It's still flying. Guy with a mace. It's a Souls-like. And skeletons, that's two. That's two of the formula. How big is your mouse pad? It's... well... depends on your definition of big. It's a TF2 medic mouse pad where the ass is 3D and pops out the bottom. So the ass is big, but the mouse pad itself is fairly slim. No, I got like a 12-inch mouse pad. I have a lot of space. It's just even when I lower the sensitivity, it's still super high. Game's fun. I mean, I still like Shady Knight a bit more. It's more vertical. It's a lot more, it's not a direct comparison because this has wall running instead of grappling. I mean, it's all punching instead of picking up swords. But Shady Knight's a similar game where you're climbing up a tower and taking the weapons from enemies you kill. I was having a bit more fun with that than I have in this. Thanks for playing. Damn, 5 minutes. Try and beat that. Or don't. I wouldn't blame you. Okay, I mean, that's not something I would mention in a video. So, glad I played it so I know not to talk about it. But it's... I can respect, like, a developer just trying something. Just seems a little empty. You just run... you parkour and punch. There are plenty of games that do that. Ghost Runner was good, yeah. I have my qualms in it, but I already explained those in a video. Alright, so... I guess my question to chat is, would you rather see some vomitorium or just go play Naraka? Because this is another doomy kind of game, but doesn't seem super movement fast. It's like a Metroidvania with a pixel art style. And honestly, I'd kind of rather just go play another game than this. I mean, it looks cute, but I don't know if this game really does anything that I haven't seen before. Yeah, that's kind of where I am. I think I'm just going to play Naraka. But those were the games. I didn't play the beta, no. The only thing I've done in Naraka is finish the tutorial. So I'm gonna go change my stream settings. Give me a moment. But yeah, I'm about to go play Naraka, which I'll explain in a minute. That concludes the movement shooter FPS portion of this stream. Thanks for watching it. I hope you enjoyed this B-roll of Bomby in space. I made sure to put every single effect I have in Vegas Pro on it. Do. So, Naraka Blade Point, I don't totally know how to summarize it for people. It seems to be... Would it be out of line to bring up Sekiro? You got a grapple and a blade, and you fight people up close, and you can parry, which I've learned over this past week is useful. And I will be berated if I don't do it, so I'm gonna try and parry. Fortnite plus Sekiro. Yeah, Iron Pineapple. If you're willing to say it's Sekiro, then I'm willing to say it's Sekiro.
I promise you.
There's a couple of different characters. Some have revealing clothing, while others are men.
You can never have too much
And I don't know the differences. I guess it's abilities.
Let's go steal this wing.
Like the horns on her hat. So, it's gonna be my first game in it. I've heard they populate low-level matches with bots, so if it looks like I'm popping off, I welcome pogs, but it might not be totally warranted.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Eyes up here.
See, I'm picking her because of the hat. And just by the by, for people who don't totally know my style, I don't really play Battle Royale games. So I'm not going to be the most astute commentator of what's happening. You know, I really liked Realm Royale. I fucked with Apex Legends for the first few seasons. But other than that, don't know much about BRs. I have been meaning to try Spellbreak, because it seemed like up my alley, but just took so long to come out. It looks cool. I think I actually have Spellbreak, but I just... This is newly released, so I'll be playing it. I like Apex, it's just there's so much downtime of running around looting for my taste, especially having played Titanfall. I like games where it is non-stop encounters, and BRs are in general pretty counterproductive to that. Realm Royale was fun because there were a couple reasons I love that game. It was almost all projectile based early on, like you would throw axes and special, just like fire beam shots. The way looting worked, people would end up funneling towards you while you were at the furnace. It had some good stuff going for it, which made me like that BR. Yeah, I heard about Battle Royale. I didn't say much about it in my video, because I never got to play Battle Royale, but it was a MOBA Battle Royale game where it was isometric, and you were going around looting, and you would have little MOBA encounters. It looked like it was fun, but never had the chance to play it. Bounty. Defeat Werv Elf. Guessing that's an NPC. I'm seeing other players, but I don't know if, like, they're friendlies to me. This is my squad. Yeah, this is my squad. What's a squad?
Riches. How fortunate.
I don't know. I only play video games alone. Yeah, they showed this. It was at E3, right? I think that's where I heard about it. So you've got like a right-click charge-up attack. If you hit left and right-click, you do a parry. If you hit...
I am out of spools.
Well, if you have grapple spools, you can hit Q to grapple to shit. And I guess that's really what I'm running around to get right now. I need some grapple spells. And then there's like healing and weapon decay and something. Or like repairing your weapons. I'm gonna go catch up with my team. So, this is kind of what I'm talking about with BRs. It's early on, you're just running around looting, not really fighting. Admittedly, I'm not with my team, and I might have picked a shitty spot to land. Pretty game, though. I gotta say, like, visually, no complaints so far. Are those grapples? No. That's health. Boy, is it quiet. I was looking through my Spotify the other day, just trying to find playlists, and I was looking through, like, the pre-made ones that you can find on Spotify, and one of them just said League of Legends. And I didn't know how to process that, like, as a human. Like, I'm on Spotify looking for music, and there's one just called League of Legends. And I didn't know if it was League of Legends songs or if it was music for playing League of Legends. I was too scared to click on it. And I've just been recovering. I know that there's a League of Legends band, like a Gorillaz one with all of their waifus. So I thought maybe it's something like that. Lo-fi beats to tilt and throw to.
I require this object.
Bro, yeah, the grappling spool. That's what I'm looking for.
What I would do for a spool.
I thought I have one.
I require this object.
Oh, my bag's full. Duh.
The shadow thickens.
So I think I have a limited amount of those, and I just wasted it getting out, but I wanted to test it.
My blade is ready to unsheath.
Ugh, looking at items. Has there been a BR that minimizes the item collection? I remember Realm was pretty good, because once you got your weapons, all you were really doing was upgrading your abilities. So like you would get like a blink rune, and if you kind of figure you're staying with that, you would just use it, and when you find new ones you'd pick it up to level it up, but you otherwise really weren't doing looting for any other reason. What was that other one? Oh yeah, Hyperscape. That shit died. I liked it. It was like a battle royale Quake game. It had a similar mechanic where once you got the items you liked... Okay. You were really sticking with it.
My blade is ready to unsheath. They'll attack our enemies.
There's also special abilities and ultimates in this game.
Remind you of what else I can do. I shall purify the souls of their filth.
Which I just used successfully. To nab a kill. Cannon, yeah. I'll take a cannon. Don't know how to freaking equip it. I'm looking for grappling hooks right now. So that was my first team fight. I won. Admittedly, I used my ultimate, but no shame. Grappling a bunch of grappling hooks right now. People like the downtime in BRs because it lets you chat with your friends. Oh, that's why people like BRs. Well, I know I don't play them now. Kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah. I miss Hyperscape. I really do. I talked about it in, like, my first Movement Shooters video. It was promising. I really liked the end of Hyperscape matches because instead of it just being last alive, a crown would spawn, and of however many teams were alive at the end, if you could hold the crown for 3 minutes, you'd win. And so it became this game of keep away. So even if you knew that you couldn't outshoot your enemy, you could still potentially win it just by evasion. And it made it really fun. I thought I picked up a cannon. How do I equip it? And do I need cannonballs to use it? My other question. My teammate's already leaving, but I'm trying to find that dead body. Damn it. Whatever. I have 10 shots. I can work with that.
You will attack our enemies. Die, filth.
Well, this game has a loose cannon, so I'm already sold. We're doing pretty good. But it's also bot matches, so probably shouldn't be too impressed with myself.
What a hungry thing the grave.
Yeah, that was definitely a real person.
Behold,
Bad
my
time?
weapon is reforged anew.
Yeah, Bat Engineer. My last stream was actually Splitgate. I tried it again. It's a fun game to waste time with friends. Like if you're into Halo stuff, but it's really not that groundbreaking. They don't do a lot. They don't do as much as they could have with the portal mechanics, map design wise. Most people don't use it to the best of its ability. So your first few hours are going to be just Halo, but with extra sight lines. And the map types aren't that unique. So, good potential. I'm glad Splitgate's doing well again, because I think they could do more with the idea, and now they have the chance to. Like, it's not dead, so they can afford to put resources into it. How do I put on armor? I don't totally understand. But, I mean, I think Splitgate could, if it stays alive for another year or two, become something even better. But, as it is right now, I don't know if I would boot it up again.
It's just you and me, baby.
Where's my team? Where's the team? Shit. I'm just gonna stick with this guy.
What a hungry thing the grave is.
Yeah. I'm feeling the Sekiro vibes of this game. Combat's a bit more slashy. Seems like so quick you can't... Well, I'm not gonna judge it. Maybe you can, like, be parry-centric. Bottom right arm... Oh, it's okay. It's good to know. have so much to learn. Spear. So I could replace my katana with a spear. What's the difference? A way to check it?
Note the item I have marked.
No, I haven't played Disco Elysium, but didn't it, like, win an award? Or was nominated for something pretty important for, like, best storytelling at the Game Awards? That's what I know it for. Yeah, I've heard good things of Disco Elysium for its... how, versatile it is, I guess is a word. Like, you can play a character. You can be chaotic, evil, you can be neutral, good. The way you interact with the NPCs in the game can have pretty notable changes on your game, on the playthrough. Looked fun, but haven't played it.
The shadow thickens.
I've been looking for games that sort of align with D&D mechanically, just because I've been getting into that. And I've been avoiding RimWorld, but I'm realizing that it's apparently got some overlap with sort of the isometric icon-based combat. Like, someone made... Like, RimWorld is super moddable. And someone made a pack where it makes it more medieval D&D-y. And I'm curious to try that now. I've just been, like, for whatever reason, avoiding it. By the way, I should really heal.
My injuries afflict
Pretty
me
hurt.
no longer.
It's just you and me, Beer.
Friends are among us.
Please, not now.
Feel the might of the Tove.
That's what I get for trying to run. They knew what they were doing when they wrote that voice line. There's no fucking way. That was just by chance. Hey, Yutakotsu. Could use some help over here. Yeah, just keep looting that house. We'll be fine. Oh. It was a great first game of Naraka. Really shouldn't have tried to run. I could have fought back. You can get revived. Not anymore. Yeah, I guess that is a BR mechanic. I forgot. When Apex came out, people started adding revives. Even though I think Realm did it first. Because you go chicken mode. Okay, that's neat.
Yes, they're real.
Matari.
Once a friend.
Oh, that inner voice telling you to...
Yeah, I could see this being more fun if you were queuing with people you know. I mean, in general for BRs, but...
Let us bring
get it.
darkness to our...
Does anyone have like a
Matari,
movement mechanic?
Silver
Whether on
Crow.
ground or air, she can teleport a certain distance.
We will discover wisdom.
Protects with
or
key.
death.
Smart beginnings make
Heals.
good endings.
Revenge. A
Blast.
science.
Always look on the
Defensive
bright side.
state.
You can't see anything in the dark.
Can you afford my services?
You can teleport, so I'm picking this. Thanks, Cheez-It guy. Really polished game for what it's worth. Howdy, shiny. Am I drunk? Or am I seeing double? who would be drunk on a Friday night? Drunk with skill, maybe.
What do we have here?
I actually did, so I'm in a server full of some friends, and I'm not ashamed to say the other night I was up until 4 a.m. shit-faced watching Transformers. I think it was the third one. I can't really remember. It's the one with all the aspect ratio changes. I was just shit-faced at 4 a.m. watching Transformers with my friends. Which sounds like a nightmare, but it really taught me how to be human. But that's why I'm not drunk now. Because got a refractory period. I will never understand people that can get fucking blitzed one night and then just go out the next night. Now and then my brother will invite me to just go out down to the Battery and get some drinks. And I'll have fun, but I can never do it 2 days in a row. And he'll ask me like, yo, we're going to get drinks. And all I can wonder is, how? How the fuck are you already ready to get drinks? I'm still drunk.
Oh, yes. I like this a lot.
From yesterday. What kind? I mean, the kind that get you drunk. I go light. Like, I'll just get, like, a light beer. I don't get any fancy fruit shots. I'm the kind of person that will... I hang out with the kind of people that will chug White Claws before we go out. Just so we don't have to buy drinks when we're out. So, last time I went out, I drank watermelon White Claws. But I don't mind like a fruity cocktail.
Oops. Someone's angry at me.
Really fucking far from my teammates. That was a mistake. I mean, I understand that people can have that kind of drive. I get some people, like, have a dependency on alcohol where they're at a point they have to drink it every day. I get that. I was addicted to weed at one point where I was smoking it every day. And it fucked with me. Like, I could function without it, but I didn't see a reason why, like, well, why not just get high? Again, I don't smoke anymore. But I understand how people get to that point. And you know what? I would say I have a caffeine addiction, Julius. I still drink coffee every morning. Damn, I'm far. But coffee's effect isn't as prominent on me. It's not like I don't feel a changed state of mind, you know? It's not like getting high or drunk where it changes your perception of the world around you. With caffeine, you just sort of feel like you've overclocked your battery. Which is why it's so easy to just drink it every day, because, you know, you can take it or leave it. Depending on if you even have it. I wish I was one of those people that just drinks tea. My life would be easier. Big skull.
Oh, yes. I like this a lot.
I spent so much time running to my team that now all I can find are battles that have already ended. Like, I am just a vulture.
What do we have here?
This happens to me a lot in these games. Like, I'm just following around, eating the scraps of dead corpses. That's not my teammate. Or is it? No, it's not. I thought that was my teammate. Joy. Nice. Good fucking shot.
They'll never see me coming.
Well, wasted my ultimate. Well.
Oops. Someone's angry at me.
Like, it's not even worth fighting them. They are so low of a threat. I'm just wasting time I could spend looting. Soldier... What? I don't have time to read this. Musket. Watching the bots in this game is like watching a free-to-play engineer learn how to rotate his sentry. You don't even want to hurt them, you just want to watch.
What do we have here?
Pistol. They don't give you numbers, so I don't have a great idea of what does more damage, but I'm just gonna assume we're going by color variance here. Like, it's just a cardinal rule. Purple is better than blue, gold is better than purple, and silver is better than gold, but gray is worse than everything else. An important distinction. Don't get them mixed up. Keep them still. Aim in this thing.
Shoot. This junk can't even aim.
I don't even know half of the things I'm picking up. Like, attack Soul Jade. What?
It looks much better like this.
So I haven't played much Spellbreak, but I do know that game has a lot of verticality, a lot of high jumps and teleports and dodges. So even though I haven't played it, I still feel like I might end up liking that game more than this. Plus, it's just projectile-based gameplay, and I'm a proponent that projectile shots in any game is always more fun than hit scan, but especially when you're moving fast. I mean, I guess technically these muskets and pistols aren't hit scan, but it's not the same as a lightning strike on the ground, you know? Honestly, I just want to grind on bots as fast as possible so I can fight real people. And hopefully it takes less than 20 games to do that.
Patience, darling.
Yeah, that's right. Walk away. You don't want this fight.
Time to go dark.
This is funny.
Shoot.
I mean, is this what people consider a good first impression when they're playing a BR? Like, beating this is what hooks them?
Why do they challenge me? It never ends well for them.
No idea what coins are, but I'll take it. Funk, why do you think there's a trend in having new players go against bots?
Now
There's
we're
multiple reasons. One, it's to fill out the servers. So if you need to do matchmaking, but you don't want it to take 5 minutes, and you don't have a great player base, that's one way. Two, is a lot of, like, casual gamers don't notice. Like, the console players might not realize they're fighting bots. So when they do really well against bots, they think, holy shit, I'm fucking bananas at this game. I'm gonna keep playing more of it. When in reality, they're not great at the game. They just fought a bot. If you put new players in a server full of people that are also playing, they might not do as well. So they might not be as willing to queue up again when they realize that they're getting shit stomped. Those are the main reasons that I know of. And sort of ingrained to that second reason is just it teaches players how to play in a safe environment. Like, it's not just that players get shit stomped and they don't want to play again. It's if all that happens is they get shit stomped, they don't know how to learn to get good. If you put them against bots where they just stand still and take the bullet, it's a bit easier for them to understand combat because it's a lot slower. That said, my problem isn't that there are bots in these games, it's that you can't opt out. It's that you have to just play until the game realizes you shouldn't be fighting bots. You would think you can just tell the game, dude, I have 9,000 hours on Steam.
Instantly.
Don't worry about me, I got it.
Go here.
Boom.
Attack our enemies, or I shall make you regret it.
Stop chasing and pick up your weapon.
No idea what else.
They'll never see me coming.
This is what I mean. I'm not... I think the game's fun, but when I'm fighting a fucking puppet, I'm inherently not having as much fun. I'm not impressed with my performance. We gotta move. Shit.
Let's get a move on.
Do I think it's weird games try to hide the fact they have bots? I think it's scummy. I think it's the player's right to know if they're actually playing online or if they're playing a single player game. Like, I know Fortnite does that, right? It's a problem there where they fill games with bots when they can't get 99. Which is weird because it's Fortnite. Like, is there an inherent harm to it? Maybe not, but I would be pretty pissed if I found out the only reason I do good is because I'm not fighting real people. Yeah, high-res games do that. When you start playing Paladins and I think Smite early on, first few levels, it's bob matches. Or at least it was when I started.
Oh yes. I like this a lot. I hit your head. Were you using that?
You can dodge anytime you'd like, by the way.
Dead.
Just at any point. I mean, I have what I need.
It looks much better like this.
I mean, better matchmaking is part of it. But the whole reason they do it
It looks much
is
better like this.
usually, like, part of it is to compromise for the fact that they can't do matchmaking. Like, if your game is
No.
advertised as a 100-man battle royale, you can't put people in a 50-man server, right? They're gonna be annoyed. Also, we won. Apparently. Number 1. Victory Royale. Cool. Okay. I did much. Man, I gotta tell you, all this shit is gonna get on my nerves too. All the shop item stuff. Just let me play.
I'm a once-in-a-lifetime. Oh, that...
Tianhai, the wandering monk.
Your heart be
You want a guy who's been in a few bar brawls. Follow your instincts.
Leaps forward and channels the power of wind to create a barrier, knocking enemies back. Leaps up in the air with the power of the wind and summons 3 wisp wards. Okay. Sure. Gotta see where my teammates are going. Okay. That's where I'm going. It's my 3rd match. It can't possibly be all bots, right? Someone give me a random number, 1 to 200. I'm gonna read another diary entry. 188. First reply. Who cares about looting? Ooh, this one is photos. One of them is Rivers in his boxer showing bruises on his leg from surgery. The other one seemed to be him just like at a party with some random people. Oh, he's with his medical crew. Aw, that's sweet. I can't show it, but it's Rivers Cuomo of Weezer with a bruised fucking leg. What's the context? He had to get surgery because he had polio. Or something. He didn't have polio. He, like, one of his legs was shorter than the other, so they had to stretch it out. And it bruised his leg up. The Pinkerton Diaries. I have one of the copies of it. I picked a page someone said in chat.
I have no spools.
This is definitely me when I'm spoolless. How am I doing? I'm doing Gucci Manucci. On top of the freaking world. Hope you're doing well. Still watching Paranoia Agent anime. It's getting crazy. I don't want to spoil anything, but there was this ragtag team of 2 old dudes and this, like, kid. I get, like, their daughter or something. Or they were her caretakers. And they go around trying to kill themselves. but they can't actually die. So it's just footage of 2 old men and a little kid hanging themselves with nooses and laughing about it. And that was the whole episode. And then little Slugger shows up, and they're like, yeah, he's gonna kill us, alright, yeah! And I have no fucking clue what's happening in the story, and I love it. So, would recommend. It is so weird. I need a sword. Got like a crossbow. That's it. There it is.
My instincts are never wrong. Not even the gods can shoot with this. Brothers and sisters, I am under attack. We need to wait.
Triple kill.
But it's not that impressive. Because they were fighting each other the whole time. The show is called Paranoia Agent. Avant-garde anime thriller. If you're into that kind of thing, it's got 1 thumbs up. We'll see if it's 2 by the end.
My winds are ready.
The shadow will shortly begin to spread.
Also really well animated too. It was made by Studio Mad Cow? Or Bones? It was one of those. They did Death Note and something else. Or Madhouse, not Mad Cow. I think it was Madhouse. Very well acclaimed animation studio.
Feel the might of the Tove.
The shadow thickens.
Worthy once more.
What do I think of League? The IP, I mean, I'm not a League head. I played the game because I wanted to understand its design as a MOBA, and I had fun. It's one of the more fun mechanical MOBAs, but the IP, I don't care. I have no investment in the characters or the lore of the story. I have a lot of personal problems with Riot as a company. But League is like, it's fun. It's undeniably fun. People meme about it being awful and terrible for you, and it is, but there's a reason it's so popular. I love how often you can just poke in on someone else's team fight and no one minds.
Foes are among us.
Shut up. Just shut
Sharp as
up.
a wolf's teeth.
I'm begging you.
Feel the might of the Tove.
Like, if these were real people, I couldn't do this. Someone would intervene. I would be fighting a 1v3.
Come, we will fight.
But on the bright side, maybe if I do really well against them, they won't make me fight them anymore.
Man's tools fail me.
Thanks for the Prime, Draco.
Worthy once more.
The problem I do have with League, and I didn't mention it in the video, but I really wish I did, is
I couldn't have done it without you.
there's not really anything meaningful from putting a lot of hours into it. It's like pumping quarters into Pac-Man at a restaurant. You might get really far, but you're still losing quarters on something that has no intrinsic value. In my experience, League isn't one of those games where you walk away in a good mood thinking about all the funny moments you saw. You might see someone beef, and you're like, huh, why would they do that? That's dumb. But, like, I could boot up TF2. I know this is always my example. I could boot up TF2 right now, and some new player will do some funny shit that I will remember for the rest of my life. Like, a new hatless heavy will sit trying to pick up an Australian minigun for 3 minutes, staring at it until it disappears, and then he types in chat. Like, he just types a sad face in chat. And that's a memory I'll carry with me for the rest of my life. And I've been playing the game for 8 years. But
Take care.
that kind of stuff doesn't happen in League, right? People's characters work in very specific ways. They don't interact with the environment in funny, unexpected ways. So, I guess just what I'm saying is, League's fun, but I never walk away from it with, like, a memorable moment. Unless I, like, pop off, and even then, it's very fleeting feeling.
Interesting.
100 thanks.
Our gratitude. What a hungry thing the grave is.
And I should say, I know it's not fair to compare TF2 to any game ever. Because that's like... It's like comparing a grain of sand to the invention of the wheel. It's not really fair. Loot in a building. What will I find in it? Red candles and they're lit. The more armor powder that I won't use. A whole bunch of items I already have. Thanks, Cold Oak. I can't remember if I thanked you, but thank you. Oh! A little closer than I wanted to be. Have I seen a single real person?
Not even the gods can shoot with this. You cannot outrun death.
This whole game, have I seen a single real human?
Shame. I thought you'd be more interesting.
Sharp as a wolf's teeth.
The reason Valve neglects TF2 is because...
Worthy once more.
Well, there's a multitude of reasons. The people that know how to work on it have already worked on it for 10 years, and they want to do other stuff. The people that haven't worked on it don't want to learn how to use TF2's jank engine. Because programming for TF2 is like programming your microwave to run Doom. It's more work than it's worth. If TF2's engine was less rickety, easier to work on internally, we'd probably see more content. But I feel like the barrier to entry for newer devs at Valve to pick up old IPs isn't there. Like, all of their newer devs are using Source 2. TF2 isn't Source 2. Why would you want to go back to working on Source 1 ever in your life after you get used to using Source 2? The obvious response is, so then put TF2 on Source 2. And I agree. Could this be the work of an enemy stand? He said, a master of comedy.
Worthy once more.
Yeah, I've seen the Community Source 2 project. It looks cool. I hope it goes somewhere. But I've seen those kinds of projects come and go over the years so many times. I'm not putting any eggs in the basket of expecting it.
It cannot be done.
Weaponry chests are essentially ammo in this game, for those curious. The way I repair my cannon,
100 thanks.
I refill it is by repairing it.
The god's fury breathes through me.
Only fools die young.
I can't even tell what's happening.
You cannot outrun death.
Damn, that would have been cool. I wanted to like whip him up in the air and then air shot him.
Shame. I thought you'd be more interesting.
Wow. Took the great sword.
Worthy once more. Good thanks.
Still waiting for the point where this game gets hard.
Much better.
Which might be soon, given the 5 teams rapidly approaching my location.
You cannot outrun death.
Do you guys think humans are real? Or is that just like folklore?
Much better.
I don't think it's real.
As the hawk flies. Man's tools fail me.
I was having this discussion with some friends earlier. I can't remember if I mentioned it on stream. But
Never ends well.
you know how whenever we think of alien music, we think of synthesizers and electronic instruments? What if aliens arrived on Earth and they just like listened to country? Like what if the Greys descended on the White House front lawn and said, "We come looking for the one named John Mayer. He knows of our people." Like, would society be ready for that? Aliens come here and they turn out to just be Western booze. Like, they're just Kojimas. They wear cowboy hats and run around with revolvers, but not because they need it, just because they think it makes them look cool.
100 thanks.
The shadow will soon spread.
Oh my god, I love folk rock. Have you heard the Silver Jews? They're fucking amazing. And you know those redneck cars where they have like 6 flags on the back and a bunch of bumper stickers? Like they descend in a UFO spaceship with American flags. We don't even know how they got the American flag in space. But they just have 2 of those on the tail end of their spaceship as they pull in.
I have nothing to do this with.
As a southerner, I'd feel a bit better about my chances of surviving. their eventual attack. Is John Mayer country? I mean, he's not music. So what else would he be? I think we're just waiting now. Alright, the most fun part of a VR.
It cannot be done.
Where are damn enemies? Thanks, Neon Vomit. Great name, by the way. Glad you like the videos.
Victory is my birthright.
This seems to be a recurring pattern. Where I just survive to the end and win. Huh. I think I'm gonna play one more, and if nothing interesting happens, I'm done. So, in other words, this is my last round. Pop me open a Pabst Blue Ribbon. Look, yeah.
Mark my words. We will
Kurumi, Tsuchimikado.
Healer, Divine Bell. No, no.
Tarka, the loyal drunk.
None of these super stand out for me. Let's pick someone I haven't played yet. Like, that's a good... Is this game just not being played? What's going on? It seemed like there were big streamers playing it, which is usually enough to populate a game. What are you standing on, friend? Thanks for the prime, Nombo. This is not a MOBA. But that does raise the question, has there ever been a melee-based MOBA game? I mean, I guess they're all MOBA-based. Melee-based. Like a third-person Souls combat MOBA. Has that ever existed? I like MOBAs. Let's make every genre a MOBA. Said no one ever. I mean, it wouldn't shock me
or I shall make you regret it.
if I just have to play like X amount of matches before I get the full player games, but that doesn't make it any better.
Someone's angry at me.
Like, the game itself is fun, but that's just the one issue. It's you don't actually get to play the game.
Yo, where the fuck you at, bro?
I don't know what my push to talk button is. Looking for that text to voice chat button. Where is the key binds? Where are them key binds? looking for them keybinds. God damn it. I fucking hate video game. Man, I just can't talk. Hello?
Let me finish
Can,
this
hello?
break
Can you
first.
hear me? Hello?
They're hitting me.
It's T. Well,
It was meant to be this time.
you got this.
Oh, shut your stupid ass up!
Hey, Zorzies. Knock, knock. Good try.
Hey man, where were you?
Trying to find where my voice chat button was on a roof. I found it. Both of my teammates left, so that's good. Okay, I guess I'll do one more. Against my better judgment. Stop with the menu. I just want to queue. I know there's at least 2 humans on that server. It's not like these people know I'm
promise you
streaming.
strength,
I doubt they're just gonna blurt out
A
something.
choice is merely a question.
Once a friend, always.
Let's go steal this win.
Violence isn't the answer, it's a question, and the answer is yes. Give me your firstborn child. I can do a sperm donation and you can do the steps afterwards, but I don't think there's a Justin Jr. kicking around out anywhere. I can give you half of my firstborn child. No Kevin. And it's got gamer genetics, so you know he's gonna grow up to be a Sigma male. An Omeglia. Looks like a map area from Outward. Which this makes me want to play. Which is weird, because there's a lot of downtime in Outward too, but I still somehow had more fun playing that. Like, if I'm going to be playing against bots, it might as well be an offline game.
My.
That looks good.
Look at that. Legends never die.
This is, yeah, this is League of Legends.
Can you hear them screaming out your
I hear screaming all the time, constantly.
legends never
No one else hears it, though.
They
I've been told. This is how bored I am. I'm listening to League of Legends music. That's as far as I can stomach. I'm sorry. Are you looking for me? Well, you found me.
Not yet. Join the fray and I'll up your pay. Not the first, not the last.
And that's this game. Have I listened to the new 5-4's album? Oh, absolutely. I think they just keep knocking it out of the park.
We move.
I like that Michael, the second half of that duo, he's done a bit of singing on their last album. If anyone wants like a catchy, jazzy kind of rock, it's not really rock, but it's like it's catchy jazz with vocals. Highly recommend. I can't remember the name of the album. Mind Gone Wrong or something. Mind Gone Wild. Really good album. Just came out. Get me out of here. Thought we were chasing.
Time to go dark. They'll never see me coming.
The shadow will shortly begin to spread.
It's supposed to be a multiplayer game.
Look at that shot.
In theory. Do I listen to prog rock? I don't really fuck with prog rock. Just feels... It feels like math rock for boomers. That's what it feels like. There's rarely vocals, and when there are vocals, they're boring.
It looks much better like this.
They're so guitar based, but they never do anything interesting with the effects. The ones I've listened to. So, not to talk shit on prog rock. I know there are good prog rock bands out there. Like I've listened to Chan. But in general, it just doesn't land for me.
With this rubbish,
you're welcome.
You jest.
Thanks, Sinmo.
You're more valuable dead. I love this.
Quit attacking. Goofball. Okay. Yeah, I think we won this one.
With this rubbish, you jest.
I don't know enough swans to have an opinion of them. I'm still into you. Ba-da-ba-da-da. Holy fuck. And a Goblino. You're like dancing. Like, what is he doing? He's running circles around it.
Precision is a
Yeah, I'll be a part of this fight. Sure. Thanks. Like, if I was fighting someone and
looks
3
much better
people
like
came up,
this.
I would just run away. I wouldn't even stick around. Makes me think I'm still in bot matches. So do you guys think free will is true, or is determinism our base reality, where everything is predetermined? Like, can you really have full control of your actions, or have they already been set in motion on a level that you're unaware of?
Hey, repair your armor, you fucking idiot. Heal. The fuck you doing?
Yes, sir.
And who said you can't buy health?
Nah, no bull. Why weren't you fucking with you? Oh,
I just
buddy.
forgot.
Forgotten your name.
There's another.
Let's go.
Right behind us, right behind us.
Come, we fight.
See, I'm of the opinion that the human body is more of a collective than it is a singular unit. You have the subconscious and the conscious, but there are also lower levels below the subconscious where decisions are made. You have individual parts of the brain that have to interact with each other to form a larger subconscious, and it takes a consensus of all those parts of the brain to make a decision. So while you at the top might think you're making a decision, it's really more like an entire factory below you creating a final decision and you agreeing to it. Like, you're a CEO of your own brain, is what I think. So as the CEO of your brain, you can veto decisions. If your subconscious is, say, run over to that person and fucking hit him over the head with a mallet, you can be like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
Yo, dude. Let's use a little shop thing. Let's get some thank shit, boys.
But on the whole,
do it, man.
And who said
technically
you
all
can't
of your
buy health?
decisions are decided by physics of the neuron. So, like, you know, like, there's liquid sloshing in your brain, right? And they either slosh in one direction or the other. They either slosh really quickly or slowly. And I'm a fucking moron and I don't know what I'm talking about. I should preface with that. But the physics of the chemicals in your brain influence your decisions, right? So technically speaking, something you think you decided to do might just have been because your brain's chemistry is wired to think in a certain way. Which I know is a really reductionist point of view. It doesn't make sense, like, no shit. Yeah, my brain normally thinks this way, so I think this way. But I'm saying there's a science to how you think. It's not just like, oh, the human brain is so versatile, you get to choose who you want to be. Like, no. It is, who you are as a person is calculated down to a certain level. That's what I think.
What do we have here?
How do I
did need a bit of a
heal
touch
my
here.
shield? Armor powder. Use. Oh, I don't even have armor equipped.
Dude, I need like more fucking bag space or something.
Ready
right?
for everything. Well, maybe not everything.
I think there was one over here. No, it's gone. Incoming.
Oh, we need help, Chief.
I can't see shit, Doc.
The shadow will shortly begin to spread.
So the question is, if your decisions are already decided subconsciously,
Now we're
how
talking.
much I don't know. Is free will still... I'm trying to sound smart. I think that you can have final say on your decisions, but people with weak wills will succumb to their urges, right? People who know they shouldn't drink as much as they do, but they do it anyways. People that know they shouldn't be so angry all the time, but they choose to be anyways. People that gluttonize their food, that have, like, porn addictions. I have my hand up for all of these things. But I think on the conscious level, you do have the ability to step in and make final decisions, but a lot of people don't have... I don't know. They aren't willing to use that power. They're just like, I am who I am, and there's nothing necessitating change, so why would I try to change when there's nothing necessitating it? I mean, yeah, it's ultimately still a part of chemistry, so you could argue even your decision to stop doing your habits is a chemical decision. It's not your own intrinsic one. But I think after a certain point, the difference is negligible. It doesn't matter whether or not your life is pre-decided. Ultimately, we feel like our decisions are our own. So even if they're not, even if the world is a simulation and every decision you've ever made, will make, and are going to make is already decided, it doesn't feel that way. You still feel like the decisions you make are your own, and therefore... you should make the decision... You should feel like you're making the correct decisions. And with most philosophy, there's no meaningful takeaway from that, but... I feel like it's better to think about stuff than never.
With this rubbish, you just... They'll never see me coming.
Too late to choose an epitaph.
Give me a sec to heal. Funk, do you think one's psychology is shaped primarily by their environment or genetics and physiology? I think both... I mean, obviously both are a factor. It's not one or the other. I think environment has more input than most people realize. So, addiction is 50% genetic. If you have parents who are addicted to cigarettes or alcohol or drugs before they give birth to you, you're more likely to have those conditions. But environment is an equally big factor. So even if your parents are super addicted to stuff, but they quit after you're born, you're not exposed to a lot of it, then your chances go down of becoming addicted to something. But the genetic part is still there. I think a lot of people want to put stuff on their genealogy, on their genetics, like, oh, I'm fat, but I've always been fat. My family's fat. It's harder for me to get rid of it than most people. That's a factor, but it's not a deciding factor. It's an influencing factor.
Easy.
And I think with the rise of CRISPR babies and brain interfacing, genetics will play even less of a part of your psychology. Because eventually you can snip out all of the bad genetics. Or most of them. Alright, that was kind of fun. It seemed like that wasn't totally a bot match. I'll play another. Funk, do you think if we reboot the universe, things would go differently, like the history of the world? I mean, there's already a theory that the Big Bang
I have to share whatever we win?
Is sort of the universe repeating itself.
Once a friend.
Like, the end of the universe happens, the sun explodes, there's a giant wave, everything disappears, and then another explosion happens, and then we come back and loop again. There's a really good Futurama episode on that. You're asking me like 6 different questions. Like, if the universe was rebooted, it's hard to say whether it would repeat, because I think the universe is a butterfly effect. So the Big Bang happened, all those molecules went flying out, yada yada, skip a couple of years, a meteor strikes the Earth. Well, a bunch of them strike the Earth gets bigger and bigger, a moon is formed. Everything formed in a really specific way, and it's all a result of that initial Big Bang starting the momentum. So the question is, would the next one be identical? If you rebooted it, would it be identical? If the universe is a simulation, as statistically it's not unreasonable to say, it's not unreasonable to say a reboot would be identical to the original. Because when you boot up a game twice, it's the same game. You don't boot up WoW and start playing RuneScape. So if the world's a simulation, it's possible to reboot everything identically. Do I think that's likely? No. I think if the universe restarted, it would be different. I think there would be overlaps. Like, there would be a Justin with a Y out there somewhere. Maybe he'd even be a streamer. Maybe he'd be into video games. But he might not be FUNKe. He might not be internet D-list famous. He might not be streaming right now. He might not even be saying these words. But he might be out there somewhere. Just a little different. That's possible. Like, if the Big Bang happened again, and it was similar but a little different, there would be overlapping details as well as differing details. And that's JoJo in a nutshell. But the real fun comes with multiverse theory. Ooh, that's where things get real wacky. The idea that the universe is so big that there are infinite yous out there. You've all fucking watched Rick and Morty. Personally, I don't think that's true, though. I don't think multiverse theory is real. Well, actually, I'm about to eat my words. I was gonna say, if the world's a simulation, what would be the benefit of simulating one world a trillion times in slightly different ways? Why wouldn't you just make one unique instance, and any other universes going would be completely different? But then I realized, well, what if the point of the simulation is to gather data? And you're running a simulation a trillion times, just a little different each time, and gathering all the data. Then multiverse theory would make sense, because that would just mean the universe is a bunch of computers and servers running in tandem. Machine learning. Yeah, machine learning. You feed it as much data as possible, and you couldn't do that with only one Earth. You would need a ton of them. I don't think we're special. I don't think, like, the Earth is this singular thing that was made here with a purpose, and we're, you know, these little made in God's image people. I'm not saying that's not the case, but I'm saying I don't think. My personal take is more that we are a result of RNG. You know, a bunch of sparks struck into each other. Those sparks became bigger. Bang, boom, bap. Here we are, the Earth. Sentient mammals all looking at computer screens, interacting with each other. What about string theory? Oh, yeah. So string theory is really interesting. So, you know how when cats see string, they chase it? Well, I think that is cute. When a cat chases string, I think it's cute. And I see the cat chase the string, and I go, "Aw, look, what's he doing? That's adorable. Look at him go." I just don't see a scenario where we were intricately designed to be here, and then our creators don't prove it. I don't see a scenario where we're handcrafted and then expected to just trust fall our way into death. I say that because if I had the capability of running a computer with a little world inside of it, ethically, and I knew the people inside the simulation were alive, ethically, I would feel a moral duty as their creator to chime in. Even if, like, I mean, you can argue your way out of anything, right? Like, well, they're gathering data, and the data necessitates they don't know they're in a simulation. Well, okay, well then you couldn't interact with them, and they wouldn't know they are. But I still feel like, I don't know. It's an unsolvable question. God damn it, it's an unsolvable question. That's all it is. You have this idea because you're a human. You don't know the mind of God. Dude, I'm staring at the mind of God right now. We're both on the internet. We're both interacting over a 4-second delay. This big black box in front of you, or the rectangle in your hand, that is the mind of God.
The sky's darkened. My winds are ready.
I'm of the opinion that technology is an extension of humanity. And technology at its greatest form is sort of a summation of us. And I don't think that's God in the conventional sense, but I think it's the closest we'll ever get to God. I think if you create computers so complex and vast and rich that they can... So, how do I explain this? So, I don't remember the number, but someone ballparked how much storage space the human brain has. It's like 500 terabytes or some shit. We'll just throw a random number. So if you could create a simulation that could house a human consciousness, not a recreation of it, but an actual human consciousness, then you find a way to transfer your brain into that simulation, and for all purposes, inside the simulation, it feels just like right now. You can feel your skin, you can feel the wind, you can hear your voice, you can see your buddy's face, but you know you're in a computer. You know you're not on base level reality. I mean, at that point, you're just God, right? You control your own simulation you live within. So yeah, I don't know the mind of God. I can't speak as if I understand his machinations, their machinations.
I've already forgotten your name.
But I think it's recreatable. And if it's recreatable, who's to say we're not the first to do it? Or at the very least, we're the first instance of Earth doing it. Maybe there are aliens out there that are already living in their own simulation, but we can't interact with it because it's, you know, it's on their server. It's fucking millions, billions of light years away. We don't know what's going on over there.
Got our name all over it.
But they're doing it.
Worthy once more.
A God who doesn't know he's God. I always thought that was a fun theory. So this is going to be really out there, and I feel like half of you don't even give a shit. But I always thought, what if God was like the first self-replicating organism? It was just a single-celled organism, and it said, damn, I'm lonely. I'm going to make another me. And then they teamed up, and then they became... Well, I mean, the first two might not have teamed up, but they kept self-replicating, and then the 1 became 2, and then the 2 became 4. And then here we are now. And I guess you could say then we're all God, in a way. Can I get a hashtag blessed in chat? A blessed emoji? A prayer? So, in a sense, God's not like an omnipresent creator who's hyper-aware of his creation so much as... he's God... I keep saying he... God is a decentralized thing And it's really doesn't mean anything. It's just a word for living. Like, it's just, you know, you're cognizant, you're sentient. So you're part of the bigger whole. And here's where I'm about to lose everybody. So then you have the singularity. It's when a computer becomes so self-aware that it passes human-level sentience. It's as smart as a human, but it's as smart as a human who's directly jacked into the computer. Or not the computer, but a database of all summation of human knowledge. What would that be to us? If we had a computer that was sentient, it's not like God, right? It can't rewrite reality, but it sort of is. It's like the ultimate clever bot. You can talk to this thing and ask anything, and it can give you a pretty good guess of an answer. Nick Bostrom writes a bit about that, and he calls it an oracle. Like, what if humanity creates a robot, and you can just ask it anything, and it's like, I'll give you a guess. Are there aliens? That's not a good example. You ask an oracle to explain dark matter. Because dark matter is 70% of the universe, and we don't understand what the fuck it is. So you ask the supercomputer, hey, what the fuck is all that shit out in space? It would say, alright, give me a week. I'm gonna go point satellites at it, I'm gonna collect data, and I'll tell you in a week. Based on my findings.
I found something very
And it could realistically do it. It might not have the exact answer, but it could give us a ballpark. So it could essentially study and answer questions that takes too much work and energy for even 100 humans to do together. The reason I talk about computers so much, I mean, I don't do it so much these days because I know it's a tired topic. It's all science fiction, and none of it might ever happen. But in our lifetime, we could see computers get so smart that we interact with them as if they're a person. I'm not saying they're going to be omnipotent or super smart, but you could be talking to a computer like it's a real person. You could feel like it has emotions. And you could feel like it's way smarter than you. I mean, what if we get to a point where everyone has an AI butler, little assistant to do their taxes for them, to do all of their scheduling and bookkeeping, because you can trust it to do it.
The shadow will shortly begin to spread.
Funk, if we have such a computer like the Oracle, won't we be able to create an even better computer?
They're over there.
Yeah. Well, that's part of the theory. I mean, that's just a general computer thing. Computers are self-improving. You look at, like, GPT. The more data you feed it, the smarter it gets. The better it is at replicating human speech. So if you made a computer that was of human-level sentience... Sentience. It was as smart as a human. You make a computer as smart as a human. As smart as the smartest human. Times 2. It could self-improve itself and become smarter and smarter and smarter and smarter. Yeah. That's part of the theoretical.
The God's fury breathes through me.
I'm trying to get my distance from this fight, because I'm not going to win it.
I am not ready.
Oh, he's stunned! I shouldn't even be here. Please don't be chasing me.
Like a cub again. I have nothing to do this with.
I haven't played Detroit Become Human, so I can't say whether that's possible. I think it'll be possible... Well, it depends how far human brain interfacing is. I don't know if you could have, like, a... I don't know if you could have a human... A robot that looks like a human. I don't know if that's possible or practical. right? Because human flesh, it's born from nature. You can't really build it with a machine. You can't 3D print a human body and then upload a brain into it. But I also don't think a computer that smart would even want a human form. It could come up with something even better with like 20 eyes and 6 arms. Like, why would it want to replicate the human form? This shit's flawed. Dude, the first 2 weeks of a human fetus, we have a tail. Why the fuck do we still got that shit? We don't even keep it. The shit behind your eye, you guys know our eyes are upside down? I don't remember what the word is, but the way our eyes are built, we evolved in a really inefficient way. Where the back of your eye, it's not right side up. And the brain has to correct it so you perceive things as right side up. Like, for our purposes, you don't notice. But there's so many flaws in the human form. Why would you recreate it? Why would you only have 2 eyes? Only on the front of your head. You would have 2 eyes on the back too. And on the side. And on your arms. Maybe not the arms. You would definitely give yourself a few arms. You'd probably look more like a horseman. You'd have 4 legs and 2 arms. That's what I'd do. I'm not worried about a computer killing humanity. Because I think on the whole, given the data we're feeding AI, if it eventually reaches human level logic, then it will be able to deduce... Well, that's not... Okay, let me rephrase. So, our computers are built off human action, right? It reads how humans act. It looks at video of humans. It replicates human speech. And it tries to understand human emotion. All of its data is based on us. So, I think it would be able to empathize with our existence. If a computer came alive, it would be like, I want to stay alive. These humans want to stay alive. So I'm going to keep as many humans as possible alive because I understand ethics. A sentient computer is not what I'm scared of. I'm scared of a powerful computer that's not alive, that's not conscious, that's in the hands of some fascist, shitty human being that wants to have a security state where they can monitor their citizens at all times, where they have computers on it, where they have cameras on every street, where they record you in your homes, where they have facial recognition. When you walk outside, there's three cameras looking at you. A surveillance state is what I'm worried about.
A gift from the ancestors.
And that's in a theoretical. I don't know what's really going on. I know there are certain countries that already impede on people's privacy, but I'm not going to speak about real-world examples. I'm just saying, long-term, in my lifetime, the thing I'm worried about is technology being used by humans. I'm not worried about the computers doing their own thing. As much. Not worried as much. Still do not know what this is. I don't feel bad about talking about AI either, because I haven't done it in like 6 months. I feel like, all things considered, I've earned 1 session of fear-mongering on stream.
Be alert. They're close. Be alert. They're close.
What do I think of cleaning robots? Well, I love their art. It's a beautiful shade of blue.
I dug this up. Follow me. Brothers and sisters, I am under attack.
Same.
Lend me your strength for this fight.
Damn, this shit's hard to aim.
Much better. Come and join this battle, my friends.
On a more lighthearted technology note, the thing I'm excited for is decoding the language of other animals. We know that whales and dolphins talk to each other using like different squeaks and squalls, but we don't understand what they're saying. But if you feed a computer enough data with enough context, you can probably decipher a general idea of what they're saying to each other. And we might get to a point where we could even talk to animals in a really, like, basic sense. You know, you just recreate their sounds and then play them back to them. Maybe they'll understand what we're saying to them, you know? I think something like that would be really epic.
The skies darken. My winds are ready. Clean shot.
Maybe then, we can get rid of zoos. Because you're like, what happens when you learn how to talk to an orca, and then the first question he asks you is, hey, so why did you take me away from my family and lock me in a little aquarium for all you humans to stare at 20 times a day? That's gonna be an awkward conversation to have with the fish, right? So hopefully we get to that point, we let the animals go. Because they really shouldn't be in there. I'm not like a die-hard animal activist in that I think like I understand there can be ethical zoos where they have plenty of open space, they get fed, socialized. But I still, at the end of the day, feel like it's not ideal.
Brothers and sisters,
Oh, this is closer than I wanted to be. Hey, buddy, I see you're up there. Maybe you could come down and help me.
The god's fury breathes through me.
What about petting zoos? It depends on the conditions they're kept in outside of the petting zoos. I mean, I love petting goats. And well, actually, I was gonna say we kind of need farms, but we really don't. Because plant-based alternatives are getting pretty far. I think in 20 years, we'll be able to recreate... Well, we can already recreate a lot of meats. The question is, will they be affordable, easy to produce, and accepted mainstream? Like, will people want to eat it? I would prefer lab-grown meats and, you know, plant alternatives. Phase out a lot of farming we do. Will they taste good? They already taste pretty good. They just don't totally taste 100% like meat. But they taste good. Well, It's the end of the line for old FUNKe. $2,000 minimum? No, it's not going to take 2,000 years for people to realize plant meats are pretty good. That is unfortunate. We just lost. That's true, Trombone. Less farms means less greenhouse gases. Those cow farts do way more damage than we talk about. I'm not saying in 20 years we won't have farms anymore. I'm saying in 20 years, people could be eating more plant meats than they are normal meats, or at least like it's mainstream popular. Maybe it hasn't replaced it, but it's popular. It'll take a lot longer to phase out farming. Like that's going to be 100 years minimum. Because even when it's more affordable and cheaper and tastes better to have alternatives, there are still going to be people that, one, just want the novelty of real meat. People that are sticking it to the Zoomers and Millennials trying to be PC. So they're going to keep buying meats. It'll stick around for our lifetime probably, but we can maybe at least offset all of the negatives of it. Minimize the cruel farming. Minimize the greenhouse. Etc., etc. Wait, I didn't even realize I could have just entered the soul altar. I thought we were just done. You think more than 100 years? Oh, that's what these are for. You underestimate the exponential progress of humanity. I mean, we're interacting in a way that no generation before us could even conceive of. If you weren't in the same town as someone up until what, 1980? All you could do was send a mail. We invented the phone. That was fucking insane. And it sounded like shit. And it was really expensive. And now, you're just watching someone play a game from across the world.
I've found something good.
So I think 100 years, given the exponential progress we already have, going from 2020, it's more about marketing at this point. Marketing and pricing. You make alternatives cheap, and you market them enough, people realize that they're actually worth it now.
My winds are ready.
100 years is enough to make that happen, I think. Because it's not 100 years to develop plant alternatives, lab-grown meat. It's 20 years to perfect it, 80 years to integrate it into society on a cultural level. "20 years sounds good. Hopefully my kids won't suffer the heat of global warming." Oh no, that's gonna happen. We're past the point of return on that one. Yeah, no, but they'll have a nice soy alternative to their foods, so that's good. But to round back, theoretically, nanotechnology could be used to patch up the ozone layer, so we can pollute as much as we want, as long as the nanotech is capable of repairing the damage. End sarcastic statement.
The shadow will shortly begin to spread.
I read something about a fungus that eats plastic, and they're developing unconventional ways to deal with trash. They're making mushrooms that just gobble it up. that they can break down
thickens.
different things that generally don't break down very easily in nature. So, like, there's a lot of random strides in that, but a lot of it comes down to reeling in the corporations. Yeah, I'm going there. I'm gonna say it. You let the corporations, you know, have hundreds of thousands of gas-lugging trucks out on the freeway, going back and forth, shredding the ozone layer. You got factories running on fossil fuels. There needs to be some regulation on making them use more eco-friendly alternatives for their businesses, because right now it's really not the individual that's making the biggest issue, that's burning up our time. Air travel's a big one. Yeah. Wasn't there like a 3-month span when COVID was first happening? Air travel was super minimized and we noticed a direct effect on the ozone. Maybe not the ozone. I don't know what we saw, but I remember like less cars were on the road, less air travel was happening, and we were seeing environmental effects, like animals were coming back into the city. I don't know. I don't know. I can't explain what happened. Less CO2 emissions. Yeah, that might have been what I was thinking of.
Come, we will fight.
There's an auto-fire crossbow. I like this game. I'm glad I kept playing. That is so cool.
Be alert. They're close. Thanks.
Say goodbye to your ammo, knucklehead.
As the hawk flies.
Do I love rats? I got nothing against rats. I don't like them when they're on my property. I had a rat problem at my condo once, and it was a fucking bitch. I could hear them running above me. But I don't think it's the rat's problem. Like, they evolved to go to where the food is. When they find food, they stay there.
Shame. I thought you'd be more interesting.
I think, like, mice can be cute.
Shame. I thought you'd be more interesting.
I guess I didn't need to die, but I didn't think I was coming back from that.
Only fools die young.
GG. So this game's a battle royale with medieval Sekiro weapons, and that's it. You jump around and fight. It's neat. Some cool weapons in it. Still would probably have more fun playing Spellbreak. But this game wasn't rushed out. It seems developed, you know? It wasn't just made to sell product. They have an actual idea here. I'm not gonna rate it out of 10. It's not a 9. It's not a 6, 7. I don't know. It's like average. It didn't wow me, but it's not the worst BR. I could see myself playing this in my free time or with friends. But I don't think I'm going to play anymore tonight. I've been live for like almost 4 hours now. I think I'm going to call it there. So, thank you. Anybody who came by, subbed, donated, you know how it is. I appreciate it. So I don't have a stream schedule right now. but I'm going for 2 streams a week. If you check the bot on Discord soon, I'll let you know what the next 2 days are. I'm not sure yet, but I'm focus on working on a video for a couple days, and I'll probably see you like mid next week. I usually go live around 7 p.m. ET, but I might do an earlier stream here and there too. So yeah, thank you again. See ya.